Meditation is this intimate discovery of investigating what you are not so that you can live what you are. So you can be freed from the consistent thinking patterns and reactive patterns. Now, why is this even important? I don't know if you've noticed, but you might not be able to get to sleep at night because you're thinking a lot. Or you might realize that you've already judged yourself or judged other people when you're in a gathering. You know, you might feel extremely uncomfortable in certain situations and you don't know why. It's old patterning that's been put in place because of things that have happened to you during your life, which happens to all of us, but it's still playing itself out now unconsciously, and as a result you're reacting through those patterns in the situations that you're in today. So for example, you are very excited to go to a work event, you're about to win a prize or something, you get all dressed up and then suddenly this anxiety just grips you. You now don't want to be seen in public, you don't want to be acknowledged publicly to be better than other people, you're scared that they're going to kick you out or they don't love you, you're scared that perhaps you're going to be shamed in front of everybody, people are going to laugh at you behind your back or into your face. Like suddenly you've got into this whole scenario of bad things that could happen and you're so gripped with fear, it's now really, really difficult to get in the car and get to the event. And even more difficult to actually even walk in the door. Now, if this is a kind of a scenario that you're familiar with or that makes sense to you, I'm not going to say that I have the ticket out, but definitely if you can see the process of what happened was created by thoughts and an expectation of what could go wrong, even though it might not have happened, then what you're seeing is how you're bound to the unconscious patterns that have been put in place from earlier events but are still ruling your life now. Meditation is designed to, or definitely the meditation I do because of what's witnessed it happened in my own self and with other people, meditation is designed for you to become conscious of those patterns and then to become freed from them. So it doesn't just leave you at becoming conscious of it. It's like, oh my God, I know I can't stand going into public places. So it's one thing to know it. I'm such an introvert. I don't like gatherings. So it's one thing to know it, but it's another thing to rise beyond it, to actually be freed from the patterns which are actually contracting you or creating such resistance to reality, such fear. Like these emotions, this freeze that can happen is created unconsciously by these unconscious habits, by these unconscious thinking. And when you break it down, it all started with a thought. So if we can go back to that original thought and prove it not just wrong but unnecessary, like it just doesn't need to be held on to or believed now, even if you know it's not true, to really, really know it's not true. You know, you can tell that you don't need to fight for survival now because you're okay. But if that pattern's still there, you still don't know if you really are safe. So to really know you're safe, you've got to get to the source of that pattern and just prove it wrong. That's all. And the most amazing thing can change, which is it can just disappear. You don't actually even need to dig it out. You don't really even need to know what happened, why things happened to you 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 1 year ago. You don't actually need to look at the source of this pattern. You just need to be able to see the generalness of the pattern and prove it wrong, which is freedom, because it means who you are and the life that you're living can be beautiful. You can acknowledge it, you can live it, you can go into public places without being put into a freeze or a state of fear. You know, it's amazing what we put up with and believe to be our truth, and then restrict ourselves in our life because we're trying to protect ourselves, which makes sense. But imagine if it wasn't a deal anymore. Imagine if you didn't have that program running, what you would be capable of, right? And it might be just that you just still choose not to go out in public, but you're not gripped by nauseating fear. It's just a simple choice now to say no, right? I mean, the difference is huge. My love for humanity and my desire for everyone to just be happy doesn't make me a doctor or a scientist or a therapist. I'm a meditation teacher. Simple. I've been doing this for 20 years, more than 20 years, so I've seen results. And it's based on my own experience and experience with others that I share stuff with you. So I'm never going to say I can cure anybody. I'm never going to say my way is the way or the right way. I'm always here just going, oh my gosh, this might help somebody. It might help you. And if people are willing to just, I don't know, ask a few more questions, they want to know more about what I do, I'm always here.